WFDU 89.1 FM. We're going to do a little talking with DJ Anthony Greene about personal branding and what the future holds for voice and some of the work that I'm going to be doing with keynote speeches. I hope you enjoy the ride. Sure, my name is Chitra Durgam. I'm a dentist in aesthetic dental in North Bergen, New Jersey. And in my office we do cosmetic dentistry, we do implants, orthodontics. We also do custom mouth guards for professional athletes. Mm-hmm. And I really feel like my office stands out because we're trying to make sure that we're technologically on the cutting edge. So all of our rooms have like Netflix and Disney Plus that people can watch while they're getting treatment done. Okay. And we give new patient tours to patients when they first come in. We have lots of different gifts to give to the kids so they look forward to coming to the dentist. Mm-hmm. We have Saturday and weekend hours and parking available, which in this area is extremely important. Mm-hmm. And so I think over time, from doing all the work that I've been doing in my office, mm-hmm. I developed a brand of what we're doing. So it's been an interesting ride.
I understand that you're a part of CASA also.
Yeah, so I'm fortunate to be able to work under Zonie LeSane. She's the president of our board of directors. And under her leadership, I've learned quite a bit about what our mission is in Bergen CASA and what we're trying to help in terms of helping foster children, helping to support the advocates, and doing a lot of fundraising to be able to support our efforts. And we want to make sure that this year is the best year in which we're bringing in the biggest donations, sponsorships, and having the best casino night on March 19th, 2020. So, yeah, all of our efforts are going into that, and it's amazing to be able to know that the work that you've done up to this point in your professional life can actually be applied to help in a nonprofit capacity. So I've been extremely excited about it.
I was reading your bio and it was like it was a book. What was the name of the book? Crushing It. Yeah,
by Gary Vaynerchuk.
What's that all about?
Yeah, so Gary Vaynerchuk is a well-known entrepreneur. He has has 5 #1 New York Times bestseller, and Crushing It was the 5th one. And he's done some amazing work not only to help young entrepreneurs to find their way and be happy with the decisions that they make in their life, but also in giving people the understanding where they can pretty much do anything they set their mind to. And in doing that, he's given a lot of people different ideas on how to use social media to develop their brand. A lot of people think that if they have a brand, you have it only if you're an entrepreneur, but that's not the case. You can have a personal brand just by being a person who if you work for a nonprofit, if you have a 9-to-5 job, because that personal brand is your reputation, and that's how people know about you. And so what I did, and which landed me in the book, is by doing TikTok videos. So they're lip sync videos in my office to music and comedy videos, and it got noticed by him, and we garnered a lot of patients because of the TikTok videos. And so more and more it's become interesting because TikTok is blown up. So that intersected with the fact that Gary Vaynerchuk put me in his book has helped a lot.
I don't know if this is real, but I think my manager Zonie LeSane was talking about a reality show.
Oh yeah, it's me and Zonie.
Oh, that's a real thing. This is breaking news.
Yeah, and you are getting exclusive. We didn't know that we were going to reveal this. This is breaking news.
It's breaking news.
Okay,
yes, me and Zonie are. We had a 2-hour discussion about a reality show that we know everybody wants to see.
Yes, and, definitely.
We actually think that we have like a really interesting background and like a good take on like pop culture, on women's issues, on we both know quite a few people in different areas in terms of entertainment and professional athletes, and just because of the work that we've done up to this point. So we really feel like we have a voice, and we want to be able to tell and talk to people about what it is that we think on issues, because we actually think that people would be interested to hear about it. a lot of times, you know, in times like this too, we also want to take a second to also appreciate who's helped us along the way. And I think when you do a show like that, you have an opportunity to thank people who've helped you along the way, to understand like what their path was to success and learn from them as well. So there's so much to be gained, I think, in those capacities. But I feel like in my life, there have been quite a few people who've helped me along the way, you know. I think everybody's had like those 5 pivotal people who've like made a difference in their life and have made you know, them get almost like a boost. So for instance, Gary Vaynerchuk did that for me by placing me in his book. Now I'm a keynote speaker. I'm going to be speaking at Harvard Medical School.
Harvard?
Yeah, for their keynote for the Voice of Healthcare Summit in August. And I don't feel like that opportunity would have been available without his help. Because he definitely gave me a platform by putting me in his book and recognizing some of the work that I'm doing. You know, I actually was on Fox 5 News when nobody really knew about me, but someone took a chance, Lou Leone, and he put me on one of his segments on Fox 5 to discuss the importance of flossing. So, like, it's so many people who've helped me along the way. I think it's only right to kind of give back in that way, and I think that if we were to work together, Zonie and I, and do something in terms of working with people and interviewing them, I think we would give us not only a way to learn and to educate the public, but also to give back to those who've helped us along the way too.
Yes, definitely. It's like you said, there's always somewhere in there that you have to recognize an angel somewhere that would give you that boost. You know?
Yeah, and pay it forward, right?
And pay it forward.
I think all of us are looking to do that at some point in our life, and we may not always be in the right position to do that, but once we get to that position, you really want to like think about not only on a daily basis, but like in terms of your whole impact on the world, like how can you help? And so that's why I really love like Bergen Casa. I'm also on the board of directors of Hudson County Dental Society. We try to do a lot of work with children, especially in February. We do like free dental work for children because it's Give Kids a Smile Day in February. So it's great because I'm in this kind of point in my life where now I can kind of do more of those things to give more of an impact. And I've always wanted to use the skills that I've been able to garner over these years to use those in other capacities to give back. And now I've finally been able to do that.
How do you feel about that? I noticed that lately they've been talking a lot about veneers.
Yes.
Putting whole plates and stuff of veneer in your mouth.
Right.
Are you with that? I mean.
So, you know, when you're talking about veneers, does the person have spacing between their teeth? Do they have a lot of fillings on their front teeth? They may be a good candidate in that respect to do veneers if they want to put porcelain over their teeth to improve their smile. Because once you put a veneer on, that tooth is for the rest of its life going to need a veneer. So there's so many things that as a dentist and an orthodontist that need to be looked at in making decisions, and it's not as simple, I think, as people realize. So like they have these online dental companies now selling the aligners where you can get direct-to-consumer aligners, and I'm always like really concerned because I don't know that everybody knows if they're the best candidate for that. And so I think it's just people need to go ahead with it with caution because you don't want to do it and then have to correct it later. It's kind of like overseas medical care. If you go out of the country, that's fine, but you know, when you have to come back and someone else has to take care of it, is the cost of that going to be more than you were initially expecting to pay, you know, for the treatment?
Y'all heard that, because you got people. Y'all heard that, right? Because you got people out there that just want to get white teeth and don't care about and having stuff pulled out and putting a whole plate in there. So you're saying that's not.
I mean, it's an option.
It's an option.
But, like, what about whitening? Like, in-office whitening is really a great option. Like, for instance, a lot of people try to use whitening toothpaste. I'm against whitening toothpaste personally because I feel that the silica within the whitening toothpaste is a bit abrasive, and so it strips the enamel. So silica, if it's stripping the enamel, it's going to make your teeth whiter, but it's going to also make it more sensitive. So I prefer using products that you could find within a dental office. In-office whitening, I think I would prefer a patient to go through, and it's natural. You're using your own teeth. You're not putting porcelain over it. I think at the end of the day, that's a great option for someone that wants to whiten their teeth, because I know everybody wants white teeth.
Oh, yes, definitely. Do you recommend babies baking soda?
That is an excellent question.
Okay.
Do you know that Arm & Hammer toothpaste is one of the least abrasive toothpastes out there, and that's considered part of the Arm & Hammer baking soda line. I actually think that there's something to be said about baking soda, and I think that their line of toothpaste is probably one of the better ones. That and Sensodyne Pro Enamel, I'm huge fans of. I'm not getting paid by them to say that. After doing research, you know, I find like if it's really like not that abrasive, we're doing a better service to the patient than a lot of the other ones. So I'm not a big fan of the whitening toothpaste, but those other two definitely.
Okay, definitely. Is there anything else that you want to elaborate on or talk about? Or?
You know, I actually think that, you know, one of the things that's really important to me, and I've been doing a lot of speaking now. I'm going to be speaking in Utah at the Icons of Dentistry event with Ultradent, and I'm going to be speaking at the Voice of Healthcare Summit I told you about. And what's been really interesting to me is like branding, honestly. Like I would really love in 2020 if everybody kind of reevaluates what it is that they're doing in their life and see if they're on track to move towards things that are important to them. And if they want to change course or if they want to do something different, having the audacity to do that. And also kind of going all in on what they like. Because I think a lot of us sometimes think about too much and plan, and we're not doing enough, and we're not trying to get to the next step of what we're trying to do. And I think, to me, social media can be a huge help to help people to start branding themselves, whether they want to be a musician, whether they want to be a side hustle, DJ, whatever it may be that they want to do, to kind of go all in on it and develop the brand so that it becomes a reality in 2020. And I think social media can play a huge part in that. And I hope people are taking, a lot of interest in it, because I think actually, and this is my prediction, and people can hold me to this, the next thing that's going to be huge is voice. So the Alexa device that everybody has in their home from an Amazon or the Samsung Bixby, it's going to be huge in the next few years. It's going to pretty much operate everything that we do. We're not going to be using a keyboard as much. We're going to use audio to get through everything that we do. Branding through voice is going to be huge. So if you want to develop your brand, if you want to be like the first person, almost the first person on the internet, doing voice will catapult you in that direction. Doing a voice skill that's all about your brand is going to be the difference, because when you make your brand first and you're the first person on voice, whenever anyone says, hey, who's so-and-so, who's Anthony Greene, it's going to come up with your voice skill first, not some Wikipedia listing. And I think if we start moving in the direction of caring about our brand within voice, you can pretty much go from number 100 to number 1 pretty quickly in the next 10 years.
So it's going to be like almost like a commercial, like James L. Jones is known for his voice on commercials and stuff like that.
Right.
So you're saying that it'll be, go ahead.
Right. So like within Alexa or within the Samsung's Bixby, if you were to have a voice skill on one of those devices, you could basically say, Alexa, activate my Anthony Greene experience. And it's going to go through maybe questions about your childhood. It's going to go over things that you are interested in. It's going to talk about you as a person, or it could be a flash briefing. And so, there's going to be a lot of voice skills out there that are going to be not only about people, but about their businesses. So it's going to lead people into learning more about their business.
Would I have to input this information before it does that, or?
Yes.
Okay.
So if you own the voice skill, you're going to have to prepare that through audio, and then you're going to possibly, whatever it is that you want to bring to fruition, whether it's audio, whatever it may be, depending on the device, that would have to be all pre-recorded. Yes.
Okay.
But there's so many ways. It's so creative. I just think like that's like the next big thing, and everybody can hold me to that, because you guys can all come back to me, because that's going to be the next thing, and like I don't want people to say they didn't know. You know what I mean? Like, because it's going to be that big.
All right, now if it don't jump off, we're gonna come back to you. Yeah, I can see that though. Using the voice to do, to provide that. I would like that myself.
Yeah. Do you use Alexa device at all, or Samsung Bixby at all?
No, I don't. No, I don't. But I've seen individuals that use them, and they just about do anything.
Yeah.
Cut the TV off, cut the lights on.
Exactly right. They can operate the thermostat.
Yeah.
Like Whirlpool now is incorporating Alexa within its actual dishwashers.
Okay.
Kenmore is incorporating it. If there's in cars now, all the Ford cars are coming out with Alexa within its cars. So if it's actually part of what you're doing on a daily basis, you're buying something and it already is incorporated in it, that just tells you how big it's going to be. And then the fact that you not only don't need that device, you can use it on your phone. So you can download the Alexa app and you can use voice on your phone. You could also have a speaker that's on your refrigerator that's not even Alexa, that also incorporates voice skills. So you have this chance of not just having these little voice assistant devices, but it could be anywhere in your house. And it's going to like lead you to save time. That's where you're going to want it more.
Okay, it's a convenient thing. That's
exactly
convenient.
Right, yeah.
So you'll be walking around like, Alexa, start the car.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll be done in 5 minutes.
Yeah. Warm up, cut the heat on.
Get my coffee ready.
Yeah, that is automated. I mean, that is something else.
Yeah,
as well as, like you said, you had a vision far beyond what a lot of people can see, but that will be a big thing.
Definitely. I'm excited about it.
I heard that. Right, then it's come to the end of the show.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. I mean, I appreciate the opportunity. It's like amazing to have.
No problem. I appreciate you being here. Like I said, if that don't come through with the voice, then we're gonna bring you back.
Okay, I'll bet on that.
I want to give a shout out to Zonie LeSane, my manager. She always brings on an interesting guests.
Yes.
And I appreciate it very much.
Well, I know we're going to have Chitra back on because there's a lot of a lot of different things that we want to follow with you.
Oh, for sure. I'm always available.
Yeah, I know.
You got my phone number.
I'll be calling you.
And I'm looking forward to that real reality show.
Okay.
Both of y'all.
So that means like we have your support then.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yes.
Definitely. You have my support.
Amazing.
Like I said, there's a lot of stuff that we've been stuffing over the years, that needs to come out.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Let's talk about it. And the only way we're going to get through it is we have conversation about it, right?
And then tell us one more time again where your office is located, how people can reach you.
Oh, I appreciate that, Zonie. I'm on Instagram at DRDURGAM. And most social media, I'm on even TikTok. And my office is Aesthetic Dental at 9252 John F. Kennedy Boulevard in North Bergen. And you can find me on adentalonline.com.